and experienced traveler in Europe. Actually, she grew up in Europe. So that's why she has some secret tips for all of us for traveling. So let's welcome Louise.
Alors, bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Louise. Sorry. Because he mentioned, actually I lived in Paris for 5 years when I was very, very little, so it's been quite a long ago, so yeah, then I don't want to tell you how many years before, then you will know my age.
We know, 40 years, why?
No, a little bit shorter. Okay. So today I would like to share with you some tips for traveling in Europe. And actually, when Bradley invited me, he asked me what would be your title. I say the subject would be this, backpacking in Europe. And the first thing he mentioned is like, you know, you're traveling a lot in Europe on business trips, so it means that you're staying in like 4 or 5 star hotel and so on. How come it's backpacking? I was like, okay, come on, I backpacked also in Europe, okay? So, where? There?
Okay. Just go on.
Okay, thank you. So, this is Europe, and maybe you can recognize some countries. And actually, the reason I want to share this map with you is like, I want to tell you how easy it is to travel by yourself in Europe. So if you look at whatever, from France, for example, you have all the countries interconnected with each other. So either by rail or by buses or coach or flights or whatever. So actually traveling in Europe by yourself as a backpacker is very easy. So now, my first question for you, what is this country?
German.
Ah, easy. Okay, you get a gift. This is German candy, so please open it and share with everybody. Okay, so this is Germany. Then how about this one? Raise your hand, you get a gift. No, no check. This one. Turkey, Poland? No.
Wait a minute.
Hungary, yes, you got it. This is Hungary, okay. Not so close, sorry. Hungary something? Hungary something. So the most famous thing from Hungary is the foie gras. It's, what's that called? Goose liver. Congratulations, what's your name? Oh. Hey, it's not for you, Brady.
I know.
Okay, so how about, first, no more gifts. Just to ask you if you know. How about this one? The green one.
Poland.
Oh, who says Romania? Good point. Then you get a kiss from a vampire. Okay. Okay, thanks. So, the agenda for today will be how to save money when you are traveling in Europe. So we'll start from some plannings and where to stay, and also how to deal with the transportation, and some shopping and some other tips, okay? So the first step during your planning is always to go to the tourist information. So wherever you are in Europe, even if it's a very, very small town, you always have tourist information available for you. Okay, so from there you can get a lot of information regarding maps, or weather, or where to go, what to buy, what to visit, etc., etc. And usually in the tourist information you can also find some combo tickets. Like for example, it's a ticket where you can have entrance to museum and also for your public transportation inside the city. So the tourist information is always the first place I go whenever I'm traveling in Europe. Then for the stay, if you have a little bit more budget, then you can go to booking.com. And this website is very useful because you have basically all the hotels available all over the world. So not only in Europe, but also for Asia, for Taiwan, for whatever. And the good thing I like it is because you always have a rating. So here you can have a list of a hotel where you can find in Prague, for example. And this is how many stars the hotel it is itself. But you can always find a rating at the other side. So it's very good. It's 8.5 out of 10. Okay, so if you see 9, then it's a really good hotel. So this is a rating from all the customers who have stayed there before and who booked through Booking.com. So yourself, when you book from Booking.com, you can always feedback what you think about this hotel. Okay. So basically, how to look at the rating above 8. It's good enough to stay, and it's safe enough to stay. Even if it's only a 2-star hotel, but he has 8 or 8 point something, it's pretty safe. So that's actually that's how I use this website. But if you want to go and stay in hostels, for example, so you can save more money, then Hostel World is one of the biggest hostel websites that you can check out. There's another one, Hosteling International, and this one is more for, let's say, students, because I think the maximum age to get a used hostel card, I think it's 26? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Then I still can get a card. Why you laugh? Okay, 10 years ago, I mean. Okay, so when you stay in this type of hotel and you have your used hostel card, then you can always get a discount of whatever percentage or whatever amount. Okay, but if you don't, then you just stay there with the standard price. Okay. So the interesting thing in staying in hostels is that you can choose all the different types of rooms. So usually for the cheapest, you can have a dorm, okay? So a dorm which can accommodate 6 people, 8 people, 10 people, etc., etc. And you can choose to stay in a mixed dorm. So it means that boys and girls are staying in the same room, with different beds, of course.
It's the point.
Pardon?
It's the point.
Don't be. And you can also have different dorms, like female dorms or male dorms, okay? And in some hostels, they also offer private rooms. So like for this one, for example, it's private room, 2 beds with shower, blah, blah, blah. So this one costs a little bit more, I think 30 something. But if you stay in a dorm, it costs you around like 11 euros. So euros to NT is around 38, I think.
52.
52?
Oh, that's long now, so sorry.
Now you know the age.
39 something.
39 something now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so times 40 is like 400 NT a night. So it's very cheap. And so this is a typical dorm when you have more beds inside. So now you can count maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's at least 6 beds in this type of dorm. So my question for you is, I stayed in Prague for $7 a night, and of course it was a dorm. So guess how many people was in the same room?
20.
50.
About 50, sorry. 10, more than 10?
20.
12, more than 12, 20, more than 20.
30.
30, more than 30. Amazing, right? 36.
Wow.
So it's also like a penthouse like this, and they just put like 36 beds. Big dorm. So it was when I was backpacking, okay? Not when I was traveling for the company. Okay, so 36 dorm, and it costs you only like $7. But what you need to pay attention is to be careful, very careful with your own belongings, because you don't know who they are, and they don't know you either. So your belongings can be easily picked up by some other one. Okay, so usually they have lockers where you can just lock your safe, your things and your stuff. And what I usually do is, because I have my passport and all those this type of credit cards, money, everything, I put it in a bag that you can put it in your, yeah. And at night, I put it under my pillow. And then now you know where to get the money. Ouch. But this is a way where you know for sure that the thing will stay with you. Or you can always put it on your belly, or it doesn't matter. But be very careful when you go there. So, for transportation, the easiest way for traveling within Europe is to go by train. Okay, so there are many, many different types of trains in Europe, and you can always expect to have a very cheap price ticket. For example, this one is a Paris to Brussels. So Paris to Brussels, I think it's about 300 kilometers something, 200 kilometers. And it costs you only 22 euros. So it's like from Taipei to Kaohsiung, the price, I mean. But then you are taking a very comfortable train. That's the high-speed train that you can find in France, in Brussels, etc., etc. And the key to get this low price is to book in advance. So you can always have a very, very good price if you are planning your trip far in advance. So not only this type of train, you can also check all the other trains. So as long as you book in advance, you can get like 30 euro tickets, 50 euro tickets, Paris, London, or Paris, I don't know, Amsterdam, something like this. And for the trains that are in Switzerland, for example, the trains in Switzerland are very, very expensive. And but normally, I think in summer they have some kind of promotion when they call the tickets like cut the label. When you cut the label for the clothes, you get a discount. So they call it a cut label whatever ticket, and you get around like 70% discount. So it's only 30% of the normal price. So you can always check this kind of tickets, and normally they put on the trains which are less taken. So during rush hour there's no discount, but during out of rush hour you always get this type of ticket. Okay, so that's another tip for traveling inside Switzerland. And yet another one is for foreigners only. You can buy Eurorail pass, something like this. And this pass is actually a train ticket that allows you to take the trains, the national trains in all the countries inside Europe. But when you are buying the ticket, you need to define first which are the countries, interconnected countries you want to buy from. Okay? So for example, if I travel in Amsterdam, Netherlands, Belgium, France, for example, I can buy a train ticket for these 3 countries, and I can choose how many days I want. Okay, so let's say 5 days for these 3 countries. So whenever I want to take a train within these 3 countries, no matter where it is, I just need to put the date on the ticket, and I can take the train. Basically, it's like this. So you just need to calculate the longest distance and the most expensive train. Then you can use the rail pass. And for example, you can go from Amsterdam to Nice, for example, Côte d'Azur, and then you can go on vacation. So these are some other ways to save money also. And another way to travel is the low-cost airline, which are very, very popular in Europe. And this one, the one I mentioned here, is the EasyJet, and you have, I think, more than that. The 2 biggest ones is EasyJet and another one called Ryanair. So you can expect the tickets, like for example here from Manchester to Moscow, £47. Okay, but the price is different for different destinations. Sometimes you can have a 10 euro ticket from London, Paris, London, Prague, London, something, whatever. So as long as you can find a trip ticket, you can buy it. So just to give you an idea of how the destinations of EasyJet. Does anybody know what GBA is? Pardon? Geneva, yeah, it is in Europe. Cheater! Okay, from Geneva. Geneva is one of the biggest base for EasyJet, besides London. So from Geneva, you can go almost to each of the countries, in every country in Europe, actually. That's the other one, Ryanair. So for Ryanair, basically you can have even cheaper tickets, £8, for example, £10, and from the destinations are just a little bit different. Okay. So why are these tickets so cheap? Does anybody know?
A lot of limitations.
Yes, there are a lot of limitations. So
you have to pay for your food, beverage, and luggage.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. I think you can get one.
Anyway.
Yeah.
cabin
You
luggage.
can carry,
Yeah.
but the luggage you have.
Right, yeah. So you have to pay for a lot of extra things. So you have a lot of hidden costs. So here I want to share with you what they are. The first one is that you can only have one cabin luggage. So when we talk about cabin luggage, it's the size of a cabin like this, like that, okay? So if you're going to travel for, let's say, 5, 6 days, then maybe this one is not enough. So you need to have a check-in luggage. So you have to pay. So for check-in luggage, you have to pay. If you pay by credit card, you have to pay maybe €5 extra or €3 extra or whatever. But you don't have choice because you have to pay for your credit card. So airport taxes, this is what is not mentioned. So like the one Ryanair, £8, it's only the flight ticket, the price for the flight ticket. The taxes could be £25, £30, or sometimes it's free, but it depends. Also, the food, like Elisa mentioned, the food on board, basically you have nothing. You have nothing to eat and you have nothing to drink. So it's better that you prepare by yourself. Is it working? No? Yeah? And, or you buy from the crew. So they always have a chart and they come to you, do you want about coffee, tea, croissant, whatever? So you have to buy it if you are really hungry. But better not because it's not very tasty. And also you have to take care of the airport connection. So when I mention this, it means that, for example, we take a flight from London, Paris, for example. Even if it's London, Paris, then you need to know which London airport it is. In London itself, you can have, I think, 4 or 5 big airports. The biggest one is Heathrow, the one with international connections from Asia. But then you have Luton, Gatwick, Stansted, whatever, all the others. From those airports to the London city itself takes about 1.5 hours by train or by coach. So that's another expenses and another cost for your time. And when you land Paris, usually it's not the Paris Charles de Gaulle, it's Paris Orly or Paris whatever, Beauvais. And from those airports to Paris city, it takes you also about 1.5 hours or 2 hours. So although the flight ticket itself is very cheap, but you need to take care also for the connection. Okay? And something that is not listed is actually that you have to print your boarding pass by yourself. You have to do it. If you don't do it, or you forget to do it, you can also ask the crew from the check-in airport, and then they will charge you €40.
Wow.
Yes, you heard it. So, with all of these restrictions, still we like to fly with them because they are very cheap. If I don't have luggage, for example, if I just go for a weekend, then I don't need a big suitcase. And I don't need food, then I don't care. So I like to travel with those type of airlines. So one time I was in Amsterdam, and my brother, he came to Amsterdam as well, and we decided to go somewhere for the weekend. So we have only 2 days, and we decided to check whatever EasyJet offered. So we checked the cheapest. Price was from Amsterdam to Bristol. Does anyone know where Bristol is?
Belgium.
No.
UK.
Bristol, UK. Yeah, it's in UK. It's the place where you can find the Stonehenge. You know the Stonehenge, the big rocks from extraterrestrial. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so we decided to go to Bristol, and Bristol is a very charming city, and we found just little ducks in Bristol, and they were on sale. Cute, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so...
a gift, right?
I brought them from Bristol, come on. Okay, so I told my brother, I want those ducks, because those ducks added together, it's not even 800 NT. It's about like less than 20 pounds at that time. And he's like, are you sure? We don't have any check-in luggage. We only have this. How are you going to put all your luggage with the ducks? And I said, I don't care. I want to buy them. So I bought them. And then, yeah. And so when we arrived at the airport, there was a big mess because then I had to carry my ducks, I had to carry my suitcase, and I had to carry my bag. So a bag like this is not allowed because you can only have one cabin luggage. So either you throw it away or you put it inside your bag. Or you put this one inside your bag. Whichever you want. Anyway, you have to do it. So what I did, in my suitcase I have also lots of like my pants, my coat, whatever. So I was like, okay, anyway I have to fit my ducks in my bag. So
It's a real story.
I take out my coat, my pants, my book, whatever. I put my computer, and I have to fit my ducks in first. They are my first priority. And then it's full. So I was like, oh shit, how about my computer? Okay, I fit it in, and I have to put this bag anyway in because they don't allow me to carry it. So you have to squeeze, and somehow you have to, okay, it fits. So I have my bag ready. Then how about my clothes? Yeah, let's try it out. So I was wearing 2 pants. And whatever you can imagine, like scarf, whatever. It was the same for me and my brother. That's for the ducks. So now I hope you won't take my ducks away. So that's a real case that I want to share with you, because when you don't have enough place in your suitcase, wear everything you have. Because it doesn't matter that they don't charge you for something you wear. It's just, I'm so cold!
Buy a very big plastic bag. I saw that.
No, that's another way. Because, yeah, if you buy a very big bag and you fit everything inside, then when you go to the check-in, there's a kind of carton or something like this, and they say that this is the maximum size, so you have to fit your bag inside this carton or this box or something like that. So you take your suitcase and put it in the bag, the carton, and if it fits, it's okay. If it doesn't fit, then you have to pay, or you have to take it back or whatever. So at that time, I was having a softer bag, and I tried to fit my ducks and everything inside. So it was kind of, a little bigger than usual. So I was very, very worried, because when I was about to check in, all the guys were asking everybody to put their bag inside that box. And I was very